batalla, la FSN. Yo soy fan de la FSN. Mira ahí, tocan los temblores. Va a empezar ya la FSN. Venga, venga, venga. ¡Ya voy, abuela! ¿Para qué? Espera un momento. ¡Que tiene directo! No, abuela, no me hago del directo ahora, abuela. Que acabo de empezar el directo y no. Pues mierda esta remando. FSN en la pantalla. ¿Va a estar en directo? A ver, FSN. ¿Le llega? Vamos a tocarle. ¿Uno muerto? Ahí viene el pastor. Cárgatelo, cárgatelo, buena. Quiero ver a King, tío, quiero ver a King. Quiero ver a King. Tío, ¿dónde está King? Volumen a tope, tío. Hostia, que le han pegado a este tío. Vamos, venga. Chicos, lo estoy viendo en pantalla grande. Hostia, hay una gente por abajo. Vale, ahora mismo está tocado el tío. ¿Uno muerto? 20 puntos. O 20. 34 puntos, madre mía. Vale, el ASMR, Escapi, el tío ese. Lo conozco, tío. Este tío es el puto amo. Este tío. Buah, mira, mira, mira. Este tío lo he visto. Están todos acá. A mí me importa el concierto de J Balvin. Y ver la FSN. Cuidado. Voy a ponerme los otros cascos, tío. Aunque no se va a escuchar, chicos, van a ver la FSN. Ah, no, la FSN. Escapi es un puto pro. Solo digo eso. Estamos en la FSN. Estamos viendo a ASMR Escapiste, un pro que hace ASMR con sus propios teclados. Por video en YouTube su torneo. 46 puntos lleva. Es buenísimo, ojalá jugar yo en la FSN. Santiago te voy invitando si quieres. Se carga otro, es que 60 puntos lleva. No, tío, quiero ver a King, tío. ¿Dónde está King, tío? Santiago, te voy invitando rápido. Dos minutos para el evento de J Balvin, pero yo estoy viendo el FSN, que me gusta más. El otro no lo vi, pero me lo subo. Oh, métele, métele. Ahora mismo se está cubriendo ASMR Scapit. Lo mata otro, es un puto pro. 53 puntos. 55, 57 puntos. Le quedan 8 en la partida, creo. Se tira una granada. Estamos viendo a Aspokical, no sé cómo se dice. Tiene una SPAS, un fusil verde y granada. Y tiene mini. Este tío tiene un aimbot. ¿Tiene granada? ¿Se lo tira? ¡No! Le han lanzado. Cuidado. Yo soy fan de todo de la FSN, pero... le llego a matar. ¡Victoria! ¡Victoria magistral para Exposica! Segunda ronda, tercera, como se diga. Un poquito la cae. Ahora mismo este tío 89 puntos y este tío. Ahora veremos. Mira, chavales. Se acaba de cargar a otro. Es un puto fucking pro. No sé quién es, pero no. Un puto pro. Vamos, vamos, FSN. Dame la mochila que yo quiero, Santiago. ¿Sabes que si viene esta FSN te da la mochila y el sticker? ¿Se lo ve? ¡Dios! Tremenda sacada. Joder, tengo Power King, los pintalabios, tío. Porque hoy me he puesto de zombie o algo así. Pero están allá. Chavales, un poco de FSN y un poco de Yo Barbie, si da tiempo. Lo guay es que no se escucha muy bien. Está el tío. ¿Revienta? Vale, otra que saca 89 puntos. Lleva Aspa. Apod FN 41 puntos. Este tío bueno que ganó el sticker dorado. Quedó tercero o segundo, no sé. Porque primero quedó aquí. Ahora mismo. Tiene ahora mismo 414 de materiales, dio un poquito. Pero tiene una construcción, estos tíos, muy bonita. Ya es el punto. Córrele. Se están curando. ¡Ah! Se ha caído. No sé cuántos pin va este tío, pero 52. Te bomba le viene. GG Broston. A modo FN. ¿Qué pasó? Inconsciente. Me dice pedazos de ritmo. A ver cómo van a estar los tres ahora mismo con, a modo FN con un fusil y una escopeta azul de Q50, bajo la tormenta que tendría en 10. Lo estoy por subida. La subida, spamear, le tiran para la tormenta.
Hello and welcome to the Chapter 2 Season 4 Grand Finals of the Fortnite Champions Series. It's your boy Zeke, and joining us here on the analyst desk, we've got none other than Shywager and Reese. Guys, yesterday we had some incredible games, and today we are back for the exciting conclusion and will crown a brand new FNCS Trios champion. How are the hype levels, boys? I love asking this question because I love the memes it provides. Provide me with the memes.
I'm waiting for the Reese clap back, but for me, it's absolute maximum for EU and NA East today, and all the other regions around the world that have already finished up. I'm so excited to watch even more grand finals.
I may not clap back, but I will say, this is me currently on cloud 9.
Okay.
This is me. This is me over the moon.
Okay.
And obviously also, my hype levels are still off the charts right now.
Wow. I have to applaud you, sir. Thank you for providing the memes. That's what we live for. Also, big shout out to everyone in Party Royale. If you're tuning in here, watching us live, hello. Thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us. We hope you have an incredible time. Use your favorite emotes, use the paint, throw the tomatoes, all of the above. Just let's have an awesome time. We've got 7 games of EU ahead of us, and it's going to be an incredible time. Now, real quick, let's talk about the broadcast and what you guys can expect as viewers as we're watching throughout the show. We're here in Grand Finals. Now, what got us here? Well, we started things off with an open round qualifier. From there, the top 15 trios pushed on through to heats. There was a 2-day competition, 6 games apiece there, where the top 8 trios then moved on to Grand Finals. However, yesterday, there was a very special wildcard match where one trio, the Victory Royale of that single game, that trio joined the 32 trios already in Grand Finals, and we kicked off 5 matches yesterday. We are here for the next 7. Shio, at the end of this, there's going to be brand new FNCS champions.
And they'll have that axe of champions as well. It'll be EU, the region that we're watching first. That wildcard match team is performing so well today as well, but at the same time, day 1 was just its own separate thing. Now with day 2, the scores are combined, but there's brand new stories we'll get to watch happen at the end half of these grand finals.
That's right. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, Zeke, Shio, how are these guys earning points? What are they doing to move up and down the leaderboard? Hey, don't even worry. We got you covered. Take a look here. We've got the Victory Royale. It's worth 25 points. There's 33 trios competing. So if a trio can land in 17th or higher, they'll start to earn points for placement. And finally, every single elimination is a point. Now, Reese, we always kind of go back and forth. Where on the spectrum should they fall? You know, we've seen trios like Mongrel, Mitra, and Payson. They've got that average placement of 3.6, which is basically placing 4th every game. And they've got an average elims of 8.4. So these guys are just far and away balancing this perfectly.
You know, average elims of 8.4 is already above what we see for most teams who win their region. It's usually around like that upper 5s to mid 6s range. So these guys are already slaying out way harder than the average people who are winning their region. They have better placement at an average of 3.6, and they have 2 victory royales out of 5 games. So there's 2 games out of 5. These guys are just playing out of their mind. They're managing to balance eliminations with great placement, but also managing to pick up that victory royale, and that's why they're so far ahead in first.
Biggest question will be, can they continue that momentum, right? Can they keep this going across the next 7 games? But not only are they walking away champions, not only will they have a trophy, they can show literally anyone in their lobby, the world. They'll also be walking away with a bunch of prize money coming in first place, but also just being able to make it this far, they'll walk away with something. It's going to be an absolutely incredible day for Fortnite. We're going to watch some of the very tippy top performing trios. Some of the craziest action. We're talking some of the craziest play. I'm hoping for some wow factors. Just like, hey, I'm just going to go find an RPG. I'm going to go loot a shark. That's what I want, Shy.
I mean, absolutely. It's Europe, right? So we'll have to have that every single time. And it's always in a new way. No one can really predict. Not even Reese, I'm going to say that, when it's in-game stuff that's going down. So I'm excited to see what happens today. It's going to be an absolute blast.
I think I'll predict it. Come on, I think, you know what? Maybe we'll have an RPG rocket launcher elimination thrown in there, something in the mix that'll kind of throw things up. I do expect it. You know what? There is always stuff that comes out of the blue. It's always hilarious to watch, be it, vehicles picking up eliminations or anything like that. I hope we do see something good like that today.
Bro, you know I'm right there with you. Now, of course, we do have other regions. 7 total regions are participating, and some of these regions have already completed their games. And we actually already have some FNCS champions. Let's kick things off over in OCE. Congratulations to Jinx, Alec, and Worthy. 244 total points, a victory royale, and 71 eliminations. They will claim the Axe of Champions.
Incredible performance by these 3 guys, and if anyone knows the OCE region, they should not be surprised. Jinx, Alec, and Worthy have qualified for every single FNCS that we've had so far, the grand finals of it. 6 out of 6. And Jinx has won 3 of those now, making him now a 3 times FNCS champion. And, you know, these guys, again, were balancing that average eliminations replacement. I'd already said earlier that, you know, those average eliminations for the winner was around high 5s, and these guys had 5.92 average eliminations. So, again, very, very, very close to kind of what we were seeing and why it's giving us a good indication of Mitro's team today on EU performing very, very well.
And over there in second week, also I believe they won their last game to get all the way to 207 points. So that is amazing for the second place finishers. So many top teams here as well on this page. Carry On, Eshes, and Sorif. These guys coming together in week number 2 as a brand new trio, and after that just performing so well. Even some high profile trios like the X2 twins paired with Volks getting 8th place overall, having a phenomenal day 1 and just being consistent on day 2 to lock in a top 10.
Team that was phenomenal on day 1 is our 7th place team. The user name there is actually Gubos, Tyrax, and Link. These guys had 115 points on the first day, and they were first by quite a large margin, but unfortunately did not perform that well on the second day and kind of pulled all the way down to 7th. So that's what we're talking about. We need to have some of these consistent teams that are performing on day 1 in the regions we're going to watch. Need to do the exact same thing here today as well.
That's just OCE's story for the top 10. So many teams played overall entirely across the world. There were more FNCSs playing out in Asia as well. Their FNCS ended, and we have a winner, Reese.
Yeah, we've got Ruri, Bob, and Moffin. The names may confuse you a little bit just because they're kind of a little bit off from their actual, but Drazna is Ruri, Mogrel is Moffin, and Bob, well, Bob's Bob. And these guys performed very, very well, and there's a little bit of a story behind their previous FNCS because, you know, Bob and Moffin have been playing together for a long time, and Ruri and Moffin actually won the Season X FNCS trios, so they've already been a champion in trios all the way back in Chapter 1 of Season X. So the first FNCS we ever had, these guys already won it. Coming into their next FNCS, which was Squads, these guys ended up placing 2nd. So they nearly got 2 in a row. They nearly managed to get those 2 championships. And then ever since then, in the Duels, the Invitational, and in the Solo FNCS, they didn't manage to clutch it up. Now they've come back full circle into trios again and managed to pick up that 2-time FNCS championship.
And still was absolute improvement for everyone else on that first page as well. A lot of trios who were starting off the very first portion of the FNCS at maybe 20th and 19th, hitting top 5. Like Seek, Peter Pan, and Faxvox. These guys not even playing in the same trio in week number 1, getting 8th place overall once again on Asia. It's just absolutely amazing. These guys are going to be walking away with so much prize money, split obviously amongst those 3 individuals playing overall. But that was Asia in total. There are more trios all across the world who are also fighting out in FNCSs that are only really halfway through.
That's right, and EU is one of those regions. So what we need to do is kind of take a step back, revisit EU standings, and kind of see and paint that picture as what happened yesterday, right? We got to reset this stage because Mongrel, Mitro, and Tayson, they just pulled so far out ahead of everyone else. However, there's still a trio right behind him, and that is a previous FNCS champion, Andalek, the previous FNCS Invitational champion, Janice, paired up with Xsqueeze. They're just neck and neck. But you know, guys, I think the biggest, scariest thing is what Reese mentioned earlier, and that is teams that perform on day 1 sometimes can't do the same thing on day 2. So we may see this top 5 be completely different by the end of the day.
And you led into exactly what I wanted to talk about. The fact that these teams up at the top here are going to need to perform the same today. Mongo, Metro, and Tason's team performed extremely well. We've kind of already covered how well that they have played in day one. It's been phenomenal to watch their dominance. But they need to continue that into today's 7 games and really ensure that they stay at that top 1 spot. And Andalex, Janus, and X-Squeeze, although they're 35 points behind, or sorry, 30 points behind, these guys have the capabilities to catch up, no doubt. One bad game from their first place team will make them just catch up so fast, and then there's 6 more games left that they can easily overtake. You know, it's all about consistency across both games.
And Zeke was talking about the competition in Europe being neck and neck. Just look at all the necks on this page. I guess then, right? Like the competition is so much closer, 63 points to 61 between Kinzel, who started the game in the day off so well with a win, and Flores, Andretta, and Louis. Over there, though, 53 points tied for 8th and 9th place. Our wildcard team in 10th with Nate, Smash Dave, who's Rojo, and Bobo at 51. Any of these guys having a good day can absolutely push forward and get towards that top 5. Maybe even contest Metro, Mongrel, and Tayson themselves.
Do you think that's going to happen? Because you know what? I hope that it does. I hope that we have a team that's currently from 5th all the way down to 15th, maybe even lower, that has this big pop-off day today. And looking at this leaderboard now from 11th to 15th, there are plenty of names here who stick out of teams that can. Actually, you know what? Any one of these teams can. I think the 2 that are probably favorites would be Veil, iDrop, and Stir6, who's currently in 11th. And then in 15th with Flick, Thomas, HD, and Anas. These guys have been popping off all the way through the qualifiers, all the way through the heats, and it's kind of a bit of interesting to see them in that 11th to 15th place slot. So today, hopefully they're going to figure out what kind of went wrong yesterday, bring it back, and start climbing up the leaderboards.
Oh, they've reviewed, they've warmed up, and now they're hungry to have an amazing day of 7 games. We'll see how it works. It'll be a long one, but I feel like it might be the best Fortnite we've watched so far.
Hoy mañana a la mierda del tío ese no así no da tiempo, ¿no?
¿Me manda la baile? ¿Me manda la baile?
¿Para qué, nena?
Porque a mí es el baile. Ah, tú no. Mira.
No, porque estoy en la... Sí, eso te lo dan. Ahora vamos a ver el concepto de baile. El FSN con aquí. Abuela, espérate, espérate, abuela, espérate.
Yo espero que tú vengas.
Estoy aquí en directo. ¿Y qué estamos viendo aquí? Ay, nena. ¿Tú cuál eres?
¿Dónde fuiste, niña?
Aquí no está bien. Bro, aquí se acaba el
¿Te
concierto.
pusiste la camisa, niño, que hace frío?
Abuela, cállate. ¿Soy yo o...? ¿Te suena un poco? Vale, estamos aquí.
Por peñatito.
¡Que ya voy, abuela! Que estoy haciendo un directo y no lo puedo perder.
No.
Así no sé qué estoy aquí. Dile que te lo pongo, ya voy.
Esa es una niña muy ruin para mí.
Estoy en un directo, se te está escuchando todo.
¿Y qué? Es muy ruin para mí, pero tú sí es muy para mí, pero ella es ruin para mí. ¿Es mentira?
Sopla.
¿Qué te dice ya? ¿Qué te dice?
Sí, abuela.
Ahorita lo cargo por vídeo. ¿Oíste?
Abuela. ¿Por qué estás diciendo eso? Es mi madre, no lo usaba ahora. Abuela, yo voy a representar.
For them as the day went on.
They did, you know, these guys popped off. They didn't get as many eliminations this time, picking up 9, which, you know, these guys are capable of big games. You saw them in the heat pick up a 19 elimination victory royale, so 9 a little bit less than, but given the consistency that they had throughout the day, a victory royale with 9 elims is still absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so that was kind of the first day for EU. A lot of action, some sprays, some team damage too. It was amazing, Zeke.
Bro, it really was. I'm telling you, I could not be more excited. I get to hang out with you guys to watch this. We get to hang out with our casters, everyone at Party Royale, everyone at home. It's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to see the final results. Now, of course, speaking of those results, you guys actually made some predictions. Our casters and our analysts decided which teams they thought would walk away the FNCS champions. Sundown kicked us off. Floki, Clement, and Nikos. Now, right now, these guys are in 5th place. But again, we've got another 7 games on deck. They can turn this around.
Yeah, they can turn this around, and Clement is known to because he's the only player on EU who has actually managed to qualify for every single FNCS. So the only one out of the entire region. So this team has the potential to do extremely well. We know they're consistent. And obviously, Floki and Nikos also both very, very consistent themselves. Moving on to my pick. And Squeeze. Now, I've predicted these guys a victory in Qualifier 3. And I think they're coming back to the 2-time. They're 2nd right now, and they are performing very, very well so far. So, 7 games left. I believe in my boys.
Okay, I'm going to drop some fun facts about every prediction. Once again, you mentioned Clement. I was going to say maybe change the name to Cement or, Cement in general, because this guy just sticks in every FNCS no matter what. He is so rock solid when it comes to just being able to play these games all the way out towards the end. Reese, you're also one of the best predictors overall in the FNCS, is always picking first place teams. So I feel like you have the strongest pick here. Sancho, Mongrel, Micho, Tayson has the most strength right now in first place overall. So this man and this trio are looking so powerful after day number 1. I picked Flick, Anas, and Thomas HD. These guys are having a little bit rough times in day number 1, but Anas is clutching about 43% of these guys' points throughout all the games. He's looking really good when he's playing. Maybe in day number 2, these guys learn up and then push forward, have a glorious day like we were talking about before, and end up in that top 5.
Many of these trios have the possibility, the capability of turning everything around, right? Like, we've seen Thomas clutch single by himself versus other entire trio games, right, in open rounds. Any of these teams can literally take these leaderboards and put them on their head. That's why they're here. They're the top 1%. They've made it to grand finals, and now it's about